What is going on, world? I'm Wesley from A Connection TV, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And I'm here to talk about love and hip hop, Hollywood, the league. Lyrica Garrett has A1's car towed. Now, if this is not way more over-the-top drama that we honestly do not need, I mean, that would be an understatement because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, but it's also ridiculous to find out that A1 has credit issues, and so Lyrica has to get the car put in her name so that they can have the fucking car. Like, I don't even understand. I started asking myself a ton of questions, like, why would we even do that? If we don't like each other, if I don't like A1 and I'm the mother, why would I even do that for my daughter? Like, really? But then go low as to take the car away from my daughter? You're not just taking it away from A1, you're taking it from my daughter. And then on the flip side, if I'm A1 and don't really like the moms, why would I put myself in a trapped situation to where I have to constantly be on bended knee with this chick because her name is my wheels to get to and from? And why am I a producer and can't buy my own shit? Why do I need... Why? Why am I financing a car that isn't really that hot if I'm supposed to already be this big old producer, taking my fiance, who at the point was my fiance, away to get married in some isolated White House? Like, really? Really? I'm kind of thinking that was like on a set somewhere in Hollywood because one doesn't add up. Like, it just doesn't add up, the situation. So I'm really confused, and it's a perplexing situation because I'm just like, it's laughable. And then, you know, Badman Safari is there like, oh, what you doing with the He's like, what you doing with my brother car? Back up, you don't want to have to do that. Safari is cool as shit. I mean, he wants to have a little dog named Batman. So I don't know, Safari is cool with me. So he's with both. He had both my Nickies. So, and I love Nicki Minaj and I love Nicki Minaj. So yeah, Safari is cool as shit. He's like, I've had my stuff repoed before and told before. Let me say that, told before. So he's like, I'm here for my brother. I'm here for my man. I'm here for my man. And so the mother comes out and she's going off like, the fuck you taking the car away? Da da da, this and that and the third. What's going on? You need to cut this out. And you know, Lyrica's like, well, your mother better stop talking to me. And she runs after her. This is the thing. Both females are old as shit and they're fighting like ridiculous girls. Like, they should be able, it would make more sense for someone of this age to have more of a maturity about themselves when dealing with their children on how they should communicate and converse with each other. It just looks terrible. Females going after each other like this when none of this is happening because of them. Like, none of this is concerning them. It's concerning the kids. So I'm team Pam between the mothers. I really am. But I don't know. It kind of makes sense how Lyrica would feel towards Pam when things are all going crazy. But my dude A1, blonde dread man, A1, get into Lyrica's car and he pull off on her, and she ends up losing her car. But the car that she got in her name is still towed up. So like, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why are they doing this to each other? Sonia and Ray J. Hey, Sonia. They have an opinion about how this wedding should go. And honestly, when I was looking at everything that was decorated on the table and the seats and the wings and the gaudiness of it all, I was like, okay, Jackie's looked a lot more classier, looked way classier on Sunday's episode versus what the hell this lady is doing for Princess and Ray J now. Like, it looks really gaudy. So I was Team Sonia and Team Ray J with the whole black tie affair, simple, elegant. I'm here for it. Like, Princess, what are you thinking? So at this point, I'm thinking that Pam and Lyrica actually get along and they're cool, they're cordial, but Pam starts going in on her moms and she starts saying that your mom has fat lips and she can't sing, and she starts imitating her mother. Now, I was watching Lyrica's, her stories on her Instagram. Shout out to you, Miss Girl. And her mom is not a bad artist at all. She seems to be all over the place, but she's not a bad artist. And so for her to say that the mother can't sing and she's chastising and like name calling and this and that and the third and blah blah. Like, if you really are cool with Lyrica, like, why would you do that to her? There's no need for you to do that to her, especially if you're in support of the marriage between your son and your daughter-in-law. Like, I just don't understand that. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And so Lyrica gets all mad and she starts to charge Pam. Once again, why would you charge your mother-in-law? Like, that's your husband's. Like, you know, once y'all connect those ties and, like, you know what I'm saying, marriage is involved, like, what are we doing? I'm really not understanding this. And then, you know, there's a ton of low blows. Oh, that's why you're so fat. You're just jealous. You're jealous of me. You're jealous of me because I have your son and blah, blah. You just want to marry your son. Like, they're spitting all this terrible shit. And, like, this is what happens. And this is why I don't argue with people, because when people argue, they really speak how they feel. And it's not even so much of being drunk. Like, when you get heated and you say shit, you say what you really feel. There's no way your mind is going to conjure up these thoughts and opinions to lash out at someone if you've never really thought them to be true or never really thought about them, period. So when people get angry and they get aggravated at each other and they start spitting at this dumb shit, I'm like, okay, I see how you really feel. All right, cool. Sonia speaks to Ray J about getting married, and she's not here for it at all. She doesn't want it to happen. She wants it to stop. She's like, Ray J, I've been married for over 40 years. It's not easy. You don't have a good track record, period. And the both of you together already don't have a good track record. And that's my thing. Like, if you are already having issues, why bring marriage into the situation if you already have a lot of dramatics going on? Like, throughout 1 year alone, it hasn't been pure bliss in heaven, and you want to get married to this person? That does not make sense. That spells catastrophe, and I'm completely here with what Sonia is saying. There is no reason why you should feel obligated or feel like you should want to marry someone. At the very least, when the thought prenup even comes into the cipher, you already know it's a dead issue. You already know it's a dead issue. But that's just me, and my philosophy on relationships differs from a lot of these people out here that are crying and running to get into a relationship when they don't even know the people that they're getting to be in a relationship with or possibly marrying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, you know? And then, you know, Sonia starts to cry, and she tells Princess, and Princess feel all sorts of ways. But Princess, you went to prison for this dude. Is that your, like, do you want that to be your husband? Like, that's what I'm thinking to myself. Really? Nikki makes up with Rosa. Not really sure why. And, well, for friendship, I guess, whatever. And she says she's not gonna lie anymore, but then Nikki goes to Safari. I'm really liking Nikki and Safari together. This whole Nikki and Rosa crap looks like crap. I'm not here for it. Nikki looks way better anyways. And, like, I don't know, Nikki and Safari is so freaking cute to me. And Safari's all tall and, like, he has that Jamaican accent. That Jamaican accent is like, bad man thing that. It's just like, I lose my mind every time he talks Jamaican with that patois. Anyways, so he says his dog is going to be named Badman. And I'm really, like, listening to everything they got to say. They edited the hell out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he brings up Rosa, then he's talking about kids, then he's talking about marriage, then he's talking about why you got to leave. Then Nikki's like, I got to go. And that whole thing was just really, really cute. But Nikki is not, I don't know, like, Nikki is a player. Like, I get the player vibe from her. And she, you know, she's blaming it on the death of her brother and her emotions being all over the place and all of that. So, I mean, but that's neither here nor over there somewhere. I'm thinking to myself, like, do you really think, knowing yourself, that you can be in a relationship right now with all of your emotions that you have that are not balanced? That's my question. Max really puts on his big boy drawers and shows his maturity in this particular episode when he takes it upon himself to go to Fizz. Now, earlier, Ray J and Max got a preview of what Brandy and Princess were up to, getting this sex tape and showing it to their husband-to-be and husband. Ray J is not here for it. He's like, oh, this is whack. Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't understand this. This is my wife. Why is my wife getting all mixed up in this bullshit? Like, me and Moniece aren't the best of friends, but this is corny. And at the end of the day, all he can think of is he hit it first, right? And so, you know, Max at that particular time is not really caring about it. He's like, yeah, you know, it hurts Like, this is what we got to do. But then he realized everybody it could potentially affect or will affect if he decides to go along and have Brandy get this tape from Jason Lee or whatever the case may be. So as a friend, he goes to Fizz and is like, bruh, this is what's going on. And if this was happening to me, I wouldn't want it out. So I'm just letting you know what's up. Jason has the tape. Fizz is like, oh, I got his number. And Fizz is apologetic because of what Moniece did to Brandy. But at the same time, Moniece needs to take responsibility for her actions. So at this point, do I care that Brandy has this sex tape and hanging it over Moniece's head? No, because you can't do something to somebody that's with malicious intent and expect them not to rebound on your ass in any way, shape, or form, however they deemed fit for them. You can't dictate how someone's going to do it back. So at the end of the day, Karma, that's her fucking name, Karma. And Karma bit the fuck out of Moniece because that dude she's in the video with is not even hot. And I would not want that out anyway. And they said that her ass was bushy. She had hair on her booty cake. Like, no, I won't want that tape out anyway. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these reality girls have these nasty ass, greasy, charcoal black, like, crack, high ass looking sex tapes, and I'm just like, why y'all looking like that when y'all having sex? Like, y'all don't even, it look like some of these I'm seeing plenty of sex tapes, and it looks like half these motherfuckers don't take showers before they fuck, and it's just disgusting. Like, how you have crust on your lip when you sucking on a knob? Like, why that shit look like, why is that shit ashy? Like, the knob should be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just like, so I can imagine what that sex tape was looking like, because it was low budget, and the dude looked low budget because his mouth is fucked. So I'm like, Moniece, why would you even put yourself in that situation? Because I'm cool, I like Moniece, but Karma, that's it. Karma. So Fizz is like, I'll do what I need to do. So he goes and talks to Moniece, who's singing, sounding okay, not sounding like a solo artist, but just sounding okay. And I'm like, all right, cool. At least she's singing live or whatever. Because usually when we hear these people sing, there's a tape playing in the background. And Fizz is like, listen, you're Cam's mom. You need to cut this shit out because, you know, you keep poking, somebody's gonna poke back and they're gonna come back harder. Then you tell them about the tape. And Moniece is getting upset and she wants to say, oh, this is a low blow. Why would Brandy do that? Oh, this is why I did what I did to Brandy. Okay, no, it's because you did what you did to Brandy that she's deciding to do this. You can't fuck with people and expect them not to fuck harder. Like, you just can't do that. So there's no scale that Brandy should be sitting on. She was fucked with, so she could do whatever the fuck she wants to get this person to realize, stop fucking with her. And that's just it. You know what I'm saying? It's not become violent. It's not like she got people going after Moniece to whoop her ass or nothing like that. She's taking matters into her own hands, and she's deciding to spill your beans because you didn't spill her beans. There's no rules and war. There's just none. You know what I'm saying? Don't start none if you don't want nothing to happen. But I'm really liking Fizz's presence with this whole situation and how he's handling himself. Maturity. Princess goes to visit Ray J at his video set. Don't know why. I really wasn't paying attention to this particular moment, but he is, I don't know if he told her to come or whatever. I really don't know, and it's whatever at the end of the day. But she shows up annoyed and upset, and I'm thinking to myself, why? Because the way Sonia and Ray J were at the wedding, and you want to talk to him, and now you're watching him work, but you have a problem with the way he works, but this work is what got y'all house, at least in my head. Like, this work is what got y'all the money that y'all got. Like, I don't know what Princess does on her own. I know she does some shit on her own, but, like, why are we upset now? Why are we realizing what we don't like now when this has been going on forever in a day? That's my question. And this is another sign that these two should not get married. And if they do get married, should have a prenup. But it makes no sense to have prenup and marriage in the same equation. Like, that doesn't make sense. Prenup means the marriage is not going to work. So for me, there should be no wedding. Like, how are you getting married to a dude that does this and then you're getting mad at the fact that he's doing this and it's 2 weeks away from the wedding, so he should not be doing his job? I don't really get that. But then one line really hit home to me when Ray J was like, you came here. So how are you how am I disrespecting you when you came here and are trying to disrupt what I have going on? Then she discredits his work and says nobody's gonna see it anyway. Like, I'm like, okay, that's that truth that she feels. Why are you marrying this dude then? That's my question. Like, no, it's not, oh, I was mad, I felt, no, I wanted to go low blow. No, bro. You already low blow for even having that shit come out your fucking mouth. Like, that's what I'm thinking. There's no way that I'm gonna be with somebody that's gonna, what I love to do is gonna bring me down because they're upset. Fuck out of here. That's your real thought. Never. Then we get to the next day. Reggie hasn't been home. Princess has been upset. And he just straight don't care at this point. He treating her like some random, like, oh, like his mouth is reckless. And the 3 times a charm. Like the first situation was a dead end. Second situation, another dead end. This particular situation where he's just basically like, oh, I don't care. And it's like, oh, I'm thinking about to be me anyway. Then she walks up and he's just start laughing. Whatever. Now Fizz going to handle Jason Lee. And when I say handle Jason Lee, I'm like, Fizz is so mature in this situation. It is awesome to watch because at the end of the day, what is in his mind is his son, and why is Jason even being so messy to the point where he's even contemplating having this released, and Jason's like, oh, I'm not going to release it. I wasn't planning on it. Whatever. He's even contemplating doing this if they are supposed to be cool. Your job versus moral decision, like moral decision, it doesn't, there's no balance between that. There's no way you can say you're cool with somebody and then you decide to drop some bullshit for no fucking reason. Like, at the end of the day, who is Moniece enough for his blog to be, that she got a mixtape? Really? When we let's get on Kim Kardashian. Let's get on Mariah Carey. Let's get on Sierra. Fucking Keisha Cole. Let's get on somebody that's out there. Let's not even concern ourselves on the level of a Moniece on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Like, really? Do we really care about that on our blog? Like, no. Not especially not if I'm cool with this person. Like, why would I want that out? There's no way that you will want that out, regardless of it's your job or not. Moniece's story is not holding weight on your fucking blog. Like, it really isn't. And so, that was just a can of messy bullshit on Jason Lee's part. Now, where he's saying, you know, he wants to teach her a lesson, I honestly don't feel that that was the true intent, and I felt that he spun that angle once he realized that Fizz was really aggravated at the fact that he would even consider doing this. So he wanted to say, oh, I wanted to teach her a lesson. If they've never really had problems, there's nothing for you to teach her. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? But now we want to teach her a lesson. And at the end of the day, if that just so happens to be the angle, Moniece can't get upset. But Fizz can be pissed all he wants. If he thinks he's cool with this dude, whatever the case may be, I really enjoyed Fizz. Fizz was hot. And Fizz was like, who got this tape? And I want Fizz to know this rapper, this ugly ass rapper, so that Fizz can address the rapper. I think that would be hot. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see Moniece slap the rapper dude with the big ass mouth. And like, I just don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want no parts of that. I want Fizz to go talk to this rapper dude, especially if Fizz know the rapper dude, and handle each other. Like, not even scrap or nothing like that, but just basically Fizz saying, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be hot TV. Other than that, I could really care less about Moniece going to see this ugly dude. Like, and at the end of the day, Moniece, don't film yourself with somebody that ain't shit. Like, if he's not even amounted to anything to be a boyfriend, don't fucking film yourself. And even then, film yourself on your fucking phone. So you can watch it when you want to watch it. And if you want to watch it with him, y'all can watch it when you want to watch it on your fucking phone. Don't let nobody, especially if you're on your knees. Like, come on, son. Like, what are we doing? Because I'm sure she didn't have no weave in. I'm sure she was looking nappy. Like fucking Dream Doll on BGC when she was in that bathtub, sucking on that dirty bathtub water dick. Like, the fuck out of here. Like, why would you do that? That makes no sense whatsoever. I'm Wesley from A Connection TV. Let me know what y'all thought about this particular episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Cha! Bad man team. Explain to the people that weren't able to understand your history with your sister, if you can give us a little brief synopsis of how you came to meet and how that all worked out for the show.
Okay, yeah, I met Asia when I was about 15. I was about to turn 16.
I was trying to hurry. I didn't know nothing. All I did was I came. I didn't want to do nothing. I was so hungover. I came. There was everything else. Right.